week you were rambling for hours. Did you not do that this week?
I had something to talk about.
No, the thing is you kept repeating yourself. The same shit, just over and over again. I already did.
We just started.
What? I was talking about how you were rambling last week.
Yeah, I don't think I was rambling.
I think you were. You were just fucked up. Maybe you didn't see the footage from last week.
Hey, speaking about last week, right? So, last week, somehow, my kid found my kid that I was talking
your
about.
rhino pills.
My kid that I was talking about last week. He somehow found a page, found our YouTube page, and watched the episode. And since he told me that shit, like he told me what he did in confidence, and like confidence.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, he told me that shit, right? So then, I had broken my phone. I was without a phone, and then like the next day I had emailed his mom, and I was like, "Hey, look, I don't have a phone. Just reach me on here." And then, yeah. So I was like, just reach me on here. Reach me through my email. She said, "Okay." And then, throughout the weekend, I didn't check my email. I was like, busy with work, busy doing whatever the fuck I was doing. And Monday morning, I checked my email, and there's like all these. She's like, I got a message from her. She's like, hey, he saw your podcast. He watched it. I don't know how he found it, but he watched it, and he's upset that you spoke about it. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, oh damn.
Oh, he saw the last one.
Yeah, so he saw he saw the whole fucking thing. So I don't know.
What did he hear though? That you're like that's that.
Well, he heard the whole thing. He heard everything.
You were talking about it.
Yeah, he heard that. He heard the whole thing. He heard that I was speaking about him. He heard that that I was just talking about it.
No,
and then he was upset
talking about him for 5 hours.
And then
he probably got tired of it too.
And then he was like,
this motherfucker.
And then, but he was just upset that I brought it up. And I was like, all right, like I get it. Like he brought that shit up in confidence. And I was like, but it was just something that I was like, wanted your opinion about it, or wanted what your thought about it. And
my
then
thought about it is just he's probably gonna watch this one and be like, he keeps doing it. My God, stop.
Well,
so just stop. Yeah, like stop.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. He just wants to be. And Marvin attacks it and not tag him.
Nah, but
he'll go on it. How about we just not talk about keys today? That way you won't talk about it, and then he'll be happy because he wants to hear you.
Yeah.
Wants to laugh.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to laugh and see how good your jokes are instead of talking about him the whole time.
Yeah.
yeah. Shut up, Marv. Yeah.
I don't know if I told Marv that one question.
Which one was that?
Say, how do you say I want to see gas in Spanish?
I want to see gas.
In Spanish.
Quiero mirar gasolina.
No, man.
What?
I didn't say gasoline. I said gas. I want to see gas.
I did the same shit. Yeah.
Yo quiero mirar. No, what? I want to see what? I want to see gas.
See is ver.
Ver.
Mirar is look.
Yo quiero ver.
I want to see gas.
Gas? I want to see gas.
So that in Spanish. You had it.
Yo quiero ver.
Yo quiero ver gasolina. No, because gasolina is gasoline, right?
No, gas, not gasoline.
Yeah, you're saying gasoline. He's not saying gasoline. He's just saying gas.
I want to see gas.
Yeah, not. I don't want to see gasoline.
What's the Spanish word for gas?
Gas, eh?
Gas.
Is it? There's no Spanish word for gas?
Gas.
Gas?
Ah.
So
With a gas? You gotta say it like that, gas?
Yeah.
Like how he said it, gas?
That's an A.
So how do you say it?
Yo quiero ver gas? Like that? Like
Yeah,
stupid like that?
No,
like with your tongue
again.
fat?
But say the
Yeah, with your tongue fat for sure. But go ahead and say it again.
Yo quiero ver gas?
You quiero ver gas?
Yo quiero
Fuck
ver
you
gas.
guys, I get it. Yo quiero ver gas.
No, yeah?
Yo quiero
There's
vergas.
two right here.
Shit,
Man.
like fat with like a fat tongue fat. Yo quiero vergas.
I said that shit.
You quiero ver gas.
Like
Fuck
with like
yeah.
a fat tongue.
Well, I said that joke like with my fat tongue shit like that. Fucking dumbass. Damn. And you know what's funny?
Yo quiero mirar.
Yo quiero mirar gasolina.
You know what's funny?
he's thinking of the-
I want to look at gasoline.
What is
You know what's
this,
funny? I seen that shit on Instagram,
this,
right?
Trickery?
And then when I said it, it reminded me of it. I was like, "Fuck!" I just fell for it.
See? Oh, your son's probably like, shit.
Fucking
Tell that
dumbass.
shit to my boys.
You don't know no Spanish.
Yeah.
So
Did you hear about that white boy in I think it was Boston or somewhere around there that he threw 2 dogs off the 5th?
oh, dude, I heard about that. I heard about the guy that killed. He threw 2 dogs off the balcony and killed him.
5th floor, yeah.
He's doing some time for that shit, ain't
I
he?
mean, it just happened, so they probably.
But they arrested him though.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, you can't do some shit like that.
Yeah, one of them was his dog, and the other one was somebody that he was looking at.
Why did he do it? Did he say why he did it?
Dude, you gotta understand that mental health is people forget, like they don't think that that's a fucking disease. It's a fucking disease.
I think a lot of people with a lot of mental health issues right now are probably fucking struggling, especially the people that probably have.
Yeah, because people that have
The
mental
depression?
health, they go out to change their scenery, so
Mm-hmm.
they forget about it. But when they're stuck at home, how do you think they're doing? That's the thing. And especially people that watch the news, certain people that watch the news get depressed.
Yeah.
It's
Imagine the people that
been kind of I think I've seen it's actually been proven that it does.
Well,
So
I
if you're
wonder
just
what the
home-
suicide rate is right now.
I think it's.
You
We're just
think
talking
it's
about
probably
Corona.
you think it probably went up?
Nah.
The suicide rate?
I don't think so.
Cause Larry, you mind googling that? If the suicide rate has gone up
I know.
within quarantine?
Alcoholism haven't gone up.
Well, yeah. Have you seen those videos? Have you seen the video of the guy that like I think he was like on Instagram or some TikTok video where he was going around through he was running through his neighborhood and it's like everybody has it's like a trash day, so he's running through the neighborhood and he's lifting up everybody's recycling bins and they're just full with beer and wine bottles and shit.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? There's so much you can do.
So so everybody saw there was a big little there wasn't a big argument. There was a little small argument about saying how liquor stores are essential, right?
technically,
So they are, right? So
they kind of are.
So the whole argument was like, oh, it's just people's coping mechanism to deal with the quarantine and deal with the being by yourself. But it's really the reason why they made it essential was because of people that are alcoholics, and you stop them from getting alcohol. They go through those big withdrawals and they end up dying from withdrawals. That's like the Amy Winehouse shit. How Amy Winehouse died because she went through withdrawals.
She did drugs too, though.
Yeah, but the biggest thing that got her was the alcohol. Like alcohol withdrawals are the worst withdrawals.
No.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think so.
Like, do some really like first class.
The biggest withdrawal is with the worst one is alcohol. Like alcohol is worse.
I would have to say heroin.
No, alcohol is worse than
Well,
heroin.
I don't know. I don't think it's alcohol though.
Alcohol is worse than heroin.
Because there's people
The
that
withdrawal is. Yeah, Google it. Google that shit. Google that shit. Is alcohol withdrawals worse than heroin, or more fatal than heroin withdrawals? Because I believe they are. And I remember after the Amy Winehouse death that I was like, how the fuck could she just die from alcohol withdrawals?
Dude, they're trying to shit out of pills on her.
But it was because of that. It was alcohol withdrawals. So I forgot what my point was. Oh, we were talking about the guy that dropped the dogs off the
No,
balcony.
you're just talking about that too, but you're saying alcohol withdrawal is more.
Oh, we talk about mental health. That's why we got onto that, and we got onto coping mechanisms for however you're feeling in these times. So, but yeah, damn, that's fucking crazy though.
Gone up?
In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning, when we first went into quarantine, it did. But as it's been going along towards the end of April, I started recognizing it and started realizing like, man, I've been drinking a lot, and I don't feel any better when the next days or the days that I'm at work, because the majority of the
Makes you feel
time,
like shit.
majority of the time I just drink on a Friday, and then I'm good. I'll drink maybe Saturday during the day because I gotta work the next day and I work a late shift. But lately I've been working a morning shift, so I've been cutting out alcohol on Saturday. But I've been noticing that like throughout the week I just been feeling like fuck, like really down. And alcohol is a fucking depressant, so as you drink it, you get like it's good. It's good as you drink it, but when the come down is, it's a depressant, so you get really depressed
Shit,
afterwards.
this is like even nicotine is a little worse than alcohol.
So, but alcohol
Really?
is worse than heroin.
No,
Really?
see, illegal street drugs are worse.
Okay, so I got maybe I got that wrong, right? But yeah, I've been drinking less and less because of the way I've been feeling throughout the week. But at the beginning of the quarantine, I was drinking a lot, and I was probably doing a lot more shit than I should have been doing. And just because you're trying to just entertain yourself. So I was just trying to entertain myself, and
Very boring.
it got bored. It got real quick when you're at home drunk as shit, and then you gotta work the next day, and then you're like, and then you're trying.
I think when you really have problems when you wake up, you don't do nothing, go to work, and you start drinking, or you drunk the whole day.
And you start drinking
That's
it.
when you have a fucking problem.
No, there's different problems.
No, I think that is when you have a problem with alcohol.
If you still
When you go on a
every day,
binge.
but you handle your responsibilities. I mean, yeah, maybe for health reasons is bad, but because you're handling yours, I don't think that you're labeled as one of the ones that wake up, drink, go to sleep, wake up, drink, go to sleep. You're not that kind of an alcoholic.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, that there's like functioning alcoholics, just like there's functioning drug addicts. But when it starts interfering with your everyday routines and your job and everything, your responsibilities, like you said, that's when it. I mean, it's a problem, but that's when you really start like, damn. If you don't catch it, and if you don't understand what's going on, that's when you're like, man. And you just let it continue.
Yeah,
that's where the problem lays, right there. When your priority is to get alcohol in your system, or use that drug or whatever the fuck you're doing,
Instead
and
of anything else.
Well, yeah. Once whatever addiction takes over, whatever is more important, like you said, that's the real thing. Because if you wake up, I'm not gonna lie. I've woken up drinking, but I only do that when I'm on vacation.
yeah,
Oh, no,
I do
I mean?
it. Yeah, that's different.
I do that because I feel like
No.
I feel like my brain is
I'm talking about your
stimulated in
everyday
a different
life
way.
routine and shit.
I can't do it.
Your
Like,
vacation, fuck yeah, I do that. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I wake up drinking on vacation.
don't get me wrong. Like, I've drank a beer at noon before.
That's like when you're on vacation, and you get fucked up the night before, and then you wake up and depends on where you're at. Like when you go to those condos or wherever you're at, and they have a full kitchen and everybody's waking up and they're already cooking, and you wake up and you're like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna take a shot or two. I'm gonna drink a beer and then just get this day started. And then you just go throughout the day through vacation,
Nice
right?
Cold Miller Lite that you left in
Yeah.
the fridge all night.
And then you just get the day started, right? You get the day rolling.
Let me go shower.
It's a good feeling, but then when you're at home during this quarantine and you're doing that shit, that's where the problems lay right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was doing on like Friday nights, going home, falling asleep when I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up, drink a beer, and then that shit would lead on, and then the next day I'm fucking hungover, and then I gotta deal with the whole week. And the whole week I'm fucking just down because I'm coming down off of this shit,
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, like it just started affecting everything. And I was like, alright, fuck it. I'm gonna just chill. I'm just going to drink Friday. Like last Friday, like we hung out, we did the podcast, chilled out. Saturday, I was like, nah, I can't do it, man. I just chilled out the whole day. Throughout the whole week, I didn't drink. But like at the beginning of the quarantine, man, I was drinking at the beginning of the week. Like I was drinking throughout the week at night, drinking at least like 2 beers, passing out, going to sleep. It also like while I was doing that shit, I also noticed that a lot of my, like I was being less compassionate too. I stopped I stopped really caring about things. Maybe because they were bothering me, and that was the way I was coping with shit. Like not being able to see my kids, and I was like, oh, fuck, just drink. I'll call them.
A lot of people have their like days and hours all mixed up, all fucked up.
But I think those are the people that are at home 24/7 or they're not working.
I mean, I don't know, but because me, I probably spend more time awake during the night than I do during the day. You know what I mean? And whether I'm chilling, drinking, or whatever. But even if I don't drink, I notice that I still stay up to like 2 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I'm by no means a fucking morning person. Like, fuck no.
You don't like I don't like the mornings
I'm not a
either.
morning person and shit at all. Like, I know people say, I'd rather have a job from like 6 to 2, 6 to 3, whatever. I'd rather have a job from like 10 to 6. You know what I mean?
You're a midday person.
Like, I'm like, you know what?
You enjoy that schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, cause that's how I've always been like that. I've always stayed up, cause cause I used to have like night jobs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I got used to that, chilling or whatever and all that. And now even if I don't drink or chill, I still.
You still stay up late, huh?
Still stay up to like 2.
I have to start taking
that shit. And I cannot like
just knock out.
lay down 11:30 or 12.
The only way you can do that is if you actually go to sleep. I mean, you wake up at like really early, like around 7, 8. You can go to sleep around 11ish.
I do that though. Like I'll go. I work early in the morning. I come home, and I like just like walk the dog, relax, and fucking just hang out. But then even at night, like I'll start shutting everything down. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock rolls around. I'm still up. So what I had to start doing was taking melatonin, and just start like at 8 o'clock, take a melatonin 5 milligram. 9:30. I'm fucking. That shit just hits you like it hits me. Well, at least it affects me this way, where I can feel it. Like my whole vibe just like it's like I just powered down, and I'm like looking at whatever I'm looking at, and I can just feel my eyes just shut.
I think
and then it's done.
Like what hurt me more also was the fact that the school's closed, because I used to take Johnny to school every day in the morning, right? So I have to get up around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that used to be the thing you used to say. Oh, I gotta wake up early to go take
right.
a part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't, even if I wanted to stay up to like 2, I know that in the morning I'm gonna be hurting or make him late or whatever.
Hurting for a squirt.
But then since all that shit happened, though,
Yeah, that's the thing. Your routine got fucked up.
7:30. I gotta be at work at 9. I could be there at 9:15, 9:30.
But you know what?
And it's like 10 minutes from here.
Do you wake up late? Do you wake up late for work?
I mean, I wake up.
Do you show up late to work? Like 15, 20 minutes?
Shit, yeah.
Shit, I've been pretty on time to work this week.
More like 3-4
This
hours.
week, yeah.
No, actually, no. For the past, I've been carpooling now. So I actually been at work for the past 2 months on time.
But see, with me, it's different in the summer because the days are longer.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what time I get there, whether I get there at 9 or I get there like at 10 or 11 or 12, I'm still gonna do my day, and maybe it's gonna drag me later on the day. Instead of getting out at 4, if I go in at 9,
mm-hmm.
I'll get off like at 6 or 7 because the days are longer. It's still light out there.
Yeah.
And the deal, I can do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Cause they close at 8.
Yeah,
or 9.
you know what? I noticed
really,
that.
I don't really. They say time to be there is at 9, because just to make it so they can write it down that 9 to 5 or whatever, and get your day out or whatever. But if I'm there, I can do that because I already have a good connection with my dealers.
Yeah.
Other people that don't know the dealers, they want them there at 9, no later than 10. So you got to be there. So they make that a rule. But for me, they don't fuck with me because they know I'm already. Shoot, April 13th, about a week ago, I just completed 7 years there.
Damn.
Damn.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good
Shit,
time.
that's
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's good when you're not jumping from job to job because you can't build stability.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong though. Like, you still gotta be building. You know, like how can I tell you? You know,
Rapport?
you still have to have goals and experience
Oh, yeah.
so you
Like
get
try
paid
to,
more.
you know,
Now, if you're like, I'll give you an example. I had a customer once that had been working at a hotel cleaning for 20 years, and they're still getting paid under $10 an hour. Not like
Jesus.
in my head, I'm
Christ,
thinking.
bro.
In my head, I'm thinking, no, okay, come on now. This is too much now. You know what I mean? Like,
$10 an hour for 20 years?
I don't even think it was $10 an hour, dude. Like, I was just, and it was a hardworking person that just wanted to buy not even a brand new car, just a used car. And in my head, I'm thinking, damn, if you've been working 20 years for a job, shit, they should have fucking gave you at least a bonus or a down payment.
Well, at least within 20 years, should at least be at least $5 up. You know?
Not
manager,
even.
supervisor.
You should be a fucking
You see-
supervisor, even at $15 an hour.
Some people don't have the drive to become management.
They're just happy or they're
They're happy
satisfied.
where they're at.
But
what
but
they
you see,
what they is. Hold on, Marv. You talk
yeah,
for
sorry,
the
go ahead,
longest.
sorry.
Yeah, some people are just content. You know what I mean? Which is nothing wrong with that as long as you're happy. But at the end of the day, wouldn't you want to be happier? But maybe being able to, you know, let's say you have a grandkid, being able to maybe take a vacation with your grandkid that you've never had before, or you know, or buying
Yeah,
that
but
car
I'm sure
cash
they
instead
still
of
do,
financing.
Some
I'm sure they still do. Even with that.
Yeah,
that
but
pay, they still
how
do.
how long have they saved? You know.
what I think
And
about
on
like
top of that, they've paid taxes. So on top of that small salary, they paid the government their taxes before they even got their money, and then they're gonna live off of whatever's left. You know.
what I think about a person like that that's been in a position like that for 20 years, still making the same amount of money, is that they
I think they were just
It's like-
taken advantage of. But
yeah,
Well,
they don't
not
have-
really. They're getting taken advantage because
$10.
well they don't have the drive.
What did they start off like $1?
No, but they're probably making the same amount that they started off with,
nobody
right?
takes advantage of nobody. I
But
feel.
but you see, it's like a fear. It's like a person like that probably has a fear of just speaking up and being like, "Hey, look, I want to raise," or probably has spoken up once and they got turned down,
Yeah,
and then
but
and
even
then, and then never
though-
went back
Again,
again.
probably has a side job.
No,
No,
not
for
even.
20 years, no.
No.
Maybe it's a
At 20
stripper.
years, you need to realize. Okay, see, there's a difference here though. There's in every job that you're in, you gotta also realize. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to be hopping from job to job because I don't want to be like that. I want to build some type of stability, but at the same time, is there room for advancement here?
Yeah.
Because if there's
I was gonna
not,
say the
then
same
why
thing.
stay there? In other words, is this a dead end job? If it's a dead end job, then you also have to realize that maybe you can do it.
But
It's
for 20
fine.
years, I'm sure that there could be some kind of supervisor position or managerial position, and they just didn't probably take it.
I don't think that's
20
that.
years?
For 20,
Come on,
I'm
they
sure.
have to have seen people come and go.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
you-
they never stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, I'm saying they probably just.
You know, they're
Yeah.
happy with what they're
or maybe they never spoke. You know, it might be one of those people that have been in a job but never speak up, and then just every day go day to day and just follow the regular routine, and are too afraid to speak up and ask for more.
Or not just that, they could just be shit talkers and be like, yeah, I'm not going to kiss ass. And always be like that. Because you always see sometimes you see somebody, maybe they came in after you, and you see them advancing, and you be like, yeah, he's just kissing ass, or she's just kissing ass. No, the person's getting ahead regardless of the fact. Yeah, they're
It's
kissing,
relationships.
They're kissing. They might
I don't
be
think it's
kissing
kissing ass.
No, so
I think
some
certain
people
people-
look at it that way. That way, they don't want to be that way. In other words, remember when you're kissing ass somewhere, you're still getting paid, whether it be $5 an hour. You're still getting paid $5 an hour to kiss.
When
ass.
I was younger, man, and I used to see people like that, like people that would talk to everybody and talk to the management, like they weren't like just so friendly and so.
Well, those people move up.
Let me, so those people that would speak to those people, like the management, friendly and have conversations with them, I'm like, oh, like as a young kid, I'm like, oh, they're kissing ass. And then as you grow up and you realize, oh, it's not that. You're establishing relationships. You're establishing a rapport with people, and as what your goals are or what your motivation is to move up, or whatever it is within the company, you're gonna start speaking to people, and you're gonna start establishing relationships with people so that you can advance, and that's what that is. So if you have that motivation and drive to move up and progress within whatever the fuck your field is, you're gonna speak to everybody. You're gonna talk to everybody the same. You're gonna talk to your management the same. You're gonna do all that, and you're gonna establish those relationships so that you can move up, so that you're looked at as not just a worker but as a peer, and you can have that. You can so when they look at you for those advancements, they look at you like, oh yeah, he's good for it, you know. He's good.
I like my job because I've had the opportunity, like they always in the past, not now because obviously the Corona shit, right?
Yeah.
Now shit is slowed down. It's a different way of how they run business and shit. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying not to be that close to you.
Shut up.
Damn, why? Stinks.
No, I just don't like to be that close to people right now.
This nigga acting real sensitive lately.
No, I just shut up, right?
So can I say what?
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Because
My
as soon
fault.
as I'm gonna start talking, he's gonna talk. So I'll probably.
I waited for you to talk.
I talked for like 2 minutes, and you've been talking for the past 20.
So let me get mine in then.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Get yours in then.
So my job, like
Hey, do you ever? I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
just
up,
fucking
Marv.
with you.
After I drink it,
so
though.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
like I started 7 years ago. When I started making, I think it was like $3.75 or $4 per car, right?
Uh-huh.
And since I didn't have the experience, I was only doing like 10 cars a day, right? And so then now I'm at $6.25 right now, right? But I don't really, and I've had the opportunity to, they say, hey, we're opening manager positions, field, going, checking up on people, dealers, making sure the supplies, everybody, but you still have to like do your job too, get cars turned in. I was like, you know what? That sounds like too much for me. Even if you get paid a little bit more, but that little bit more, I could do it while turning cars instead of running around doing everything. You know what I mean? And so I rejected a couple times. I rejected. Nah, I'm good. I like what I do because I can go in, I can come as as I want.
As you please,
I can I can be there for John, whatever. I got a good reputation with the dealers, right? And not only that, but they, I've been investing my 401k with that company for these 7 years, and I got a good amount in there saved up because of them, because I've been with them for so long. You know what I mean? That I'm like, you know what? It's all right. You know what I mean? Yeah, can it get better? Yes, it can.
But
you know what I mean? But that it's like for me, I'm okay with it right now because I know I'm making money, and I also have my retirement shit set up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got almost like I'm not trying to say because I have to go.
No. But you see,
200K.
but
So-
the big point, that with everything you said,
So maybe that person that's 20 years, they probably didn't even have 401k.
everybody
Well,
should have.
I look at it
401k.
like this. Sometimes, you don't. Well, for example, me. Yeah, I work. Everybody works for money, but at one point you got to figure out. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm working for money, but am I working for any other type of goal? Like for example, now, like if for example, I don't know anything about real estate, and I would love to learn things about real estate, because there's money to be made there, but I'm like I don't know anything, and I think sometimes, you know what? I'll just go do some real estate shit. Even if I do it for free, you don't gotta pay me. But I want to work for this opportunity because see, once I know how to do that, it's all gonna be easy. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, sometimes, yeah, you might deny a management position, but because it's only a couple of dollars, and then you're like, well, fuck all that responsibility. I don't want it. But at the same time, you just need that experience to put that for you to get your next job. That's gonna be sweet as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
You know
what
what I mean?
I tell that to
Yeah.
a lot of guys.
Because you
That,
could just do it for some, like, let's say you got the management job, right? Let's say you got the management job 2 years ago, but right now, they're offering.
It wouldn't matter right now because of this shit.
No, but we
Like,
can't
so
be
it's like,
negative though. We
now
can't be
you know what?
negative. We can't be negative.
The managers, they're not making the money they were before. They as a matter of fact, they're down, like there
We're
was
not-
3 managers.
Yeah,
There's
but
only 1 manager now.
but what I'm saying is, we can't be talking about the economy going down or coronavirus going down.
I'm just saying like everything happens for a reason.
You know what I mean? Because no matter what market you're in, you can always make money. You can do, and this is a good example. Let's say if the market crashes, right? You're like, fuck, I'm about to, you know what I mean? But what about the ones that, you know what? Let me open a pawn shop, you know, during a recession. Those motherfuckers strive. You know what I mean? They strive like a motherfucker, while others are probably, you know what I mean, going into pawn their shit, giving their shit for nothing, and these people are just collecting, and reselling to those who have money. Because you gotta understand that the recession only affects the poor and the middle class. The people who really have the money aren't affected by the economy or coronavirus or anything. They don't get affected.
Like, you know, I seen Joel the other day riding a bike over by.
He's still around here?
By Walgreens though. I was like, damn, like, you know, that shit. Eddie Bar been closed since the shit first came about. You know.
He has another job though.
No, I know, but I was just like, damn, like, you know, imagine the people like really work there. Like, I mean, everybody being affected.
Yeah, but I mean, like construction jobs have been up.
Yeah.
You know, like.
A lot of people are
you
not
know what's
renting.
crazy?
A lot of people are buying houses.
You know, yeah, they are because, you know, like they might get a good opportunity right now to get it, but like I met somebody that never knew about the coronavirus. I don't want to say their name because I don't like putting people out there, but they were working in the what is it, in the restaurant business, and then they started their contracting business, like, you know, painting, whatever. You know what I mean? And like that person was lucky. But that person took a chance. You know what I mean? They don't know what the outcome is. So in other words, we can't really base our decisions on a future event that might not happen. Because a lot of people they put all their hopes and dreams into an event that might not never even happen. And if it does, fuck it, you'll deal with it at the time. But I feel that people should always, you know what I mean, not care about the future. What I mean by not caring about the future is the fact that just do it now. You know what I mean? Because it might just change.
Do you feel like you're prepared for a complete economic shutdown? Like I mean, for like a year or two? Like,
I don't know about 2 years, but probably a year.
Feel like you're prepared for it?
Yeah. For something were to happen, yeah, I'd probably survive with food and shelter for like a year.
I mean, yeah, that's just the simple stuff. But what about all your like investments?
That's not including my investments.
All that stuff.
No.
But that's why you gotta.
I mean, economic shutdown.
But that's what you got to think about when you think about economics. So economics, you think about the whole, like, if you hear the economists speak, they talk about it's boring as shit, but they talk about everything that could happen, and they talk about what the outcomes of a lot of these things are. So when you hear these people speak, they talk about how an epidemic could affect the market. How could it affect all the smallest parts of our economy. So they talk about how it could mess up our transportation, how could it mess up our environment, how could it mess up every single aspect of the life that we live now, and all those things that we don't even think about. All those small little details that we don't think about as we live our lives, because the whole wheel that we live on, the whole idea of everything that we live on is just spins on a wheel, because everybody's doing their part and everybody's playing a part in each role, and it makes the world go round. So when economists start speaking and they start thinking about shit, they start speaking about how everything will be affected. So as of right now, a big thing that happened recently was in China they had to kill a bunch of fucking chickens because they didn't have enough people on the farms to take care of the fucking chickens and take care of all that shit. So they got rid of all that fucking food.
Okay.
They got rid of all that. They got rid of all those chickens and got rid of all that food because they didn't have anybody to take care of that. So as if you think about it from an economist's point of view, from one of those people that speak that way, you got to think about the big thing that they speak about is that you gotta take a look at it from every aspect.
Yeah, but you just never know.
So every aspect, but this is the thing.
All you could do is have a guess.
So that's the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So it could be as simple as, say, okay, you send me to go get beer, right? I go get beer,
Okay.
but you don't know all the things that's gonna happen, right? So I leave to go get beer, and
Yeah, but if I think you're gonna get run over, I'm not gonna send you to get beer.
okay, but you're not thinking about that, right? So you're thinking about I'm just gonna go to the store get
Uh-huh.
beer. The one thing that you're thinking about is probably the store's gonna be closed, right? So that's the one thing that you're thinking
Okay.
about. Is one mind. So economists think about, hey, he leaves to the store, he could get hit by a car,
Exactly.
or another thing, or as of right now, you don't know everybody's affected by the quarantine. He could get robbed, or or I might be struggling and I might not have money. I could steal your money and leave. You know, it's all these points of views that economists think about. So when we think about how prepared we are for this, how prepared we were for the shutdown, you realize how unprepared we were because of.
You'll never be prepared for something like that.
You're right. You're right. You're not
Unless
prepared.
You're one of those doomsday prep dudes.
We're not prepared because we don't think in the way that they think, or we're not thinking about it like that because we assume we assume that everything is going to just continue to run the way it's been running. You know, the way that things come out of this is going to be so much different than the way that we lived our lives before. You got to think about everything that's going to happen after the shutdown, after all the quarantine. You got to think about all these factors is going to come into play after all this shit. Even right now, when I come in the door and I greet Lur, I'm not dapping him up. I'm giving him bumps. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll give you a knuckle fist. You know what I mean? Like we're not hugging anymore. We're not doing all the things that we used to do. Like things after this shutdown is lifted, after the quarantine, whatever it is lifted, things are still gonna change. Things are not gonna go back to normal.
No.
As far as bars, clubs, all that shit is not gonna open up until I would say like next year.
Yeah.
You know, all these
until they come out with either antibiotics, like
antivirus or antibiotics for at least for the symptoms that we develop when we get the coronavirus. You know, and we're not even, and some people aren't even thinking, the people that are protesting for us to get off of the shutdown aren't thinking about the second wave of the virus. If it were to happen, where if the virus were to mutate and it becomes something else, becomes something worse than what it is now. You know?
I'm telling you, wait till mosquito season. It's coming up.
That's another thing, right? So summertime comes up. Summertime is right around the corner, where we have pests. We have small pests where they're a big spread of it too. So we have a mosquito that transfers my blood to your blood to his blood to everybody, and that's all it takes. As far as contraction. So even if the mosquito, let's say the mosquito even lands on you, and you have the virus, it could pick up the virus from you, carry it to Hector, just like a bee does with fucking pollen.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people aren't even thinking about the aspects of that. So that's where that economist mindset puts into play, where you're like, you got to think about these factors that a lot of people aren't even thinking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, and I don't mean to say all this shit to inspire fear. I say it in the way that just be careful, like be cautious of what you're doing.
I just think as long as you wash your hands and don't touch your face, like.
And as I'm touching my face,
Actually,
but I do
believe it or
that
not,
though. I like.
That
I
shit
always touch
works.
my face.
Washing your fucking hands, like, I mean,
You know what? Hand sanitizer is okay, but it doesn't though, because I use a lot of hand sanitizer, right? But then when I finally get to go wash my hands with soap in the sink, you literally see that it is dirty.
Yeah.
But the hand sanitizer don't do that. It just dries up whatever you have there.
Well, it kills
and
it kills germs.
It kills the germs, but the dirt's still there.
Yeah.
too.
Well, yeah, that's like taking antibiotics. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna kill certain bacteria, but the bacteria is still gonna be there.
Yeah.
Except it's killed. It's killed. It's dead.
It's a dead cell.
It's a dead bacteria, whatever. You know what I mean?
It's a dead
So
cell.
let's get with the questions with Lur.
I don't even know if I have any.
Well, if you don't, then
You know what I'm saying about?
no, I don't know what you're thinking of.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I have any.
I don't know. Like you were talking about the economists and whatnot. Like when things like this happen, you know, like some people are scared and some people aren't scared.
well,
You know what I mean?
that's the beautiful thing about us people, is that we have people that the people that aren't scared. It builds even when you see them and you think about how carelessly they're living their lives. It still builds a sense of confidence within humanity, within us, to think that, hey, look, this person, even though you're worried in the moment that they're being careless, you also think like, man, this person is also as confident as you need to be in a time like this
In other words,
to inspire
keep your head
confidence.
up. No matter what happens.
Yeah,
It's that simple.
yeah.
You know. I mean,
Have you ever had a pound dog?
what the
A
fuck?
dog from a pound?
Let's see here. Brianna's from a pound. Sleepy I bought from a breeder. Teddy was rescued from a like a household that was wouldn't take care of him. Toby's from a pound.
Really?
Yeah, Toby, Brianna's from a pound, and Mary's two new dogs that are coming here. They're from
From a
pounds,
pound, right?
Yeah.
So, I adopted a dog recently, right? And I'm pretty sure I spoke about it on here. And, you know, this dog is amazing. Like, as out of all the dogs that I've had, I'll say he's number one.
But what are we getting at here with this?
He's
dog?
number one, right? So,
No, I get it.
but
I
but
get
the
that.
thing is that when you adopt a dog from a pound, you know, it's not like I got him as a puppy. He's 2 years old. So he still has puppy ass. Still has puppy like puppy mannerisms where he acts like a puppy. He does he gnaws on shit or he chews on shit. He does shit he's not supposed to, right? But the thing is that, you know, like this dog, when I went to go adopt him, when I first met him, they told me that he was found in West Virginia, and he was in West.
You know, somebody comes up with these stories, right?
Well, he got transferred from West Virginia, so they found him in West Virginia. He was a stray in West Virginia. He had been chipped, which throws me off because that means like a family probably just let his ass go, and didn't never look for him. Because if he has a chip, you look for that chip, you know. So nobody ever claimed him. Nobody did shit while he was in the shelter in West Virginia.
Are we talking about dogs now?
Yeah, so he came over here. He came over here.
Confused.
So I was trying to change this up. So he came over here to
I'm really confused.
So he came over to Alexandria, right?
Fuck this dog, man.
He came
Alright,
over to Alexandria.
this one-
He got his questions.
One.
I just wanted
No,
What?
he's gonna talk about this for 2 hours.
to. No, I just want.
You gonna tell the whole story?
Yeah,
No, I just wanted to.
we'll talk about it after.
Texas.
Texas.
Nah, fuck y'all. Y'all
Like-
some dicks, dog.
No,
some
he's a cute dog. It's just
Y'all
that.
some dicks. I just wanted to. I just wanted.
Give praise to the dog.
No,
What?
I just wanted. You know,
Tell
so
us where he came from.
no, this fucking dog, right? He's good all around. He's friendly. He likes to get pet. He's fucking.
Just the fact
Yeah.
that we did that is interesting.
He's a good fucking dog.
I know.
But when he sees other dogs, this motherfucker gets hyped. And gets
Hawk's probably like,
You should see what. You
shit,
see what
I know,
Toby does.
I know. Hey,
So, I mean-
Hawk's probably like, shit, even I'm confused. Like,
Nah, but I mean, like,
you know what I mean?
Do I
Like,
love the dog or not?
you know what I mean? He's just Hawk's like,
whatever.
man, what the fuck? It's like I don't even fuck. I mean, I love Toby, but
Whatever. Ask your
man,
questions.
fuck
whatever.
that.
I had a point.
What was it?
Fuck you. That's what my point is. Fuck you and
I don't
fuck
know.
your dimples. Fuck you and Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Alright.
Just give us one question.
Just
man.
one.
Yeah.
This has been H&M, and we're out.
One question.
Son.
If tomorrow you wake up as the opposite sex, what's the first thing you will do?
Fuck Hector, because he's going to be a shorty.
You're an idiot. What would I do?
If you woke up at the opposite sex?
I don't know.
Would you ask Hawk that?
Yeah, he's coming around. He'd probably be a stripper.
What? Hold on, what was the question? I'm sorry.
If you woke up tomorrow as the opposite sex, what's the first thing you will do? You woke up tomorrow.
Look in the mirror, see how, see if I
Hey,
look good or not.
His with JJ.
Yeah, you had a vagina and some tits.
If I woke
You
up,
probably
I would look in the
play with that
mirror.
shit.
The first thing I would do is look in the mirror, and if I look good, I'm probably gonna fuck myself.
That's a nasty.
You go, Hawk.
Hey, ask Hawk.
I don't even know if I want to hear this.
Ask Hawk. Hawk.
I tengo un pepino, babo.
Hey.
You gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that. And
Go.
That
what if he was just like, man, fuck
That nigga look like Albert
he
Brokestein.
really did wake up and be like, I'm confused now. Like he woke up and he's like, let me go down there. What's going on down there and shit? What would you do?
I'll probably just look at myself.
I'm gonna finger bang the shit out of myself.
I don't know. I'd probably just start snapping pictures of my fat ass.
He's gonna be a paint. What's that OnlyFans
Like,
joint?
damn, I gotta go get a Brazilian wax.
Yeah.
But I still got eczema.
Hey, I'll be like,
That nigga still have
like,
eczema.
Hey, I would be like, okay, so I guess
You be
start
a
gold digging.
you be a thick shorty with eczema.
Who gives a fuck?
He have an OnlyFans page, and you be like, if you give me $5 for every subscribe, I'll rub lotion on myself.
Alright, that's too much. Alright, man, we's good with these.
All right, man. This has been H&M.
You're a clown.